Alright, what's up, everybody? Back with another episode of Everyday Hoops. Yes, we are back. Today is the video. Today, I am doing my 2023 March Madness bracket. Yes, I know it was supposed to come out yesterday, but because some things, very tired yesterday, so I was like, you know what? Let's do it Wednesday. And there's also still some March Madness games going on to predict 16 and 11 seeds. So yesterday was the 111 seed that I actually was looking at, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it on Wednesday so that we can have at least most of the bracket filled out. Most of the bracket already in place. But yeah, thank you guys for the views on the shorts recently. It's really let people over to the main channel subscribing. So appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing. Like, turn on notifications, do all the stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. And let's not waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. Before I give you my bracket, we're doing this live, by the way. I'm filling out this bracket live. I don't know what is gonna happen, but I'm just gonna fill it out live. And I'm doing this for fun. I'm not an expert on college basketball. I'm not some crazy analytical like, oh, this team shoots 46% from this field. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm literally kind of just doing this for fun. Just predicting who I think is gonna win. I know this isn't gonna be perfect, so we're just gonna do it for fun. That's what you guys should do. Do your bracket for fun. Don't try to put the perfect bracket. Just make your own bracket because it's fun. Because no one's gonna get it perfect. All right, but let's get right into it. We start with the South region. Number 1 Alabama against number 16 Texas A&M Corpus Christi, who won yesterday. They beat SEMO. But yeah, Alabama. I don't think we have to talk about that one a lot. Alabama. Now the 8-9, we have Maryland and Virginia. Let's see, for Maryland, West Virginia, I'm gonna go with Maryland. Maryland is a team. They're good on both sides. They're a good defended team. West Virginia isn't a great 3-point shooting team. I'm gonna go with Maryland. I think the Maryland defense. 5-12, San Diego State and Charleston. Now this is a really good matchup. Charleston is a very high picked upset. A lot of people talking about Charleston. Because they're a really good offense. They don't have one player, but they have their whole starting 5 averages double-figure points. They're a really good offense. But San Diego State's really good too. And they're a really good defense. This is going to be a very good game. And I'm going to go with... I want to go Charleston so bad. I think one has to upset. Right? There has to be one. I'm going to do it. I'm going Charleston. I'm going Charleston over San Diego State. I'm doing it. Virginia Furman. This is another high upset. For a lot of people are picking Furman to upset Virginia. Yeah, they're a 3-point shooting team. They have some good players. Yeah, and Virginia does tend to lose a lot of top-seeded games in recent tournament history. But for some reason, I just can't go with Furman. I don't know. Something in my gut is telling me that don't do it. Don't pick Furman. So I'm going to go with Virginia beating Furman. Now we have the 6-11, Creighton and NC State. I really like NC State. Watching them play, I really like NC State. They got Shaquavion Smith, who's a draft prospect. They were ranked at one point. They're a very good team. Yeah, they're a really fun offense to watch. But also Creighton is very good as well. They got their center, Ryan Kalkbrenner. Yeah, both these teams don't have a lot of depth, though, as well. Both these teams don't have a lot of bench scoring. So it's going to be the starting 5 going against each other. And, Creighton is very good, but I really like watching NC State. And I think they're a fun team that if they can go on a run, they could be a fun little team. I'm gonna go with it. I'm going NC State. The 11th, so I'm going NC State. Now we got Baylor and UCSB, the Santa Barbara Gauchos. I'm going with Baylor here, even though UCSB will put up a really good fight. But ultimately, I'm gonna go with Baylor on that. Missouri and Utah State, the 7 and 10 matchup. This is a very tough one as well. I really like Missouri. They got Kobe Brown, Demoy Hodge is down there as well. Yeah, I really like watching Missouri. Utah State is fun as well. They have a lot of shooting out there. Yeah, both of these is kind of similar-ish, even though Utah State has more fun around shooting, and Missouri has more of the big men down there. But it's still gonna be a fun game. I'm gonna go with Utah State in this game. Utah State number 10. And then Arizona, Princeton. I'm picking Arizona, the 2 spot, to beat Princeton. All right, now we're going to the East. Purdue is going to play the winner of Texas Southern or Fairleigh Dickinson. It doesn't matter. Purdue's winning that game. Number 8 and 9, Memphis and FAU. Florida Atlantic is really good. Florida Atlantic is really good. I really like them. Memphis does have Kendrick Davis and DeAndre Williams. Those two carry the team. Yeah, it's really going to come down to Memphis, the others. And for FAU, they have a really good team. Offense, defensively balanced. I'm picking FAU. I'm going with Florida Atlantic, man. I think this team is going to make a run. Duke and Oral Roberts. Now, this was the game that's probably I'm most torn against. Because I really like Oral Roberts. And I really think Oral Roberts going to run. But I think they got matched up with the wrong team. Because Duke is... Both these teams are getting hot at the right time. Both these teams are on big winning streaks. Both of these teams are getting hot at the right time. Duke won their last 6 and then won the ACC tournament. Oral Roberts didn't lose a game in their conference. They went 18-0 in their conference. Oh, this is such a good game too. This is such a good game. I'm so torn between who is gonna win, man. I'm so torn. Oh man, dang, I'm so torn. I'm gonna go with Oral Roberts. I'm going Oral Roberts again. I'm doing it. I'm going Oral Roberts. In a very close game that's gonna come down to the last minute, I'm taking Oral Roberts. Now we have the 4-13, Tennessee and Louisiana. There's gonna be a solid game, but Tennessee also lost their starting guard, Zakai Ziegler. Lost him, so that's a big loss. They still have Santiago Vescovi could shoot. They got some very solid players down there as well. They're a very tough team. And then Louisiana. Yeah, both these, honestly, I think they're both kind of the same. They're both not very high powered offenses, but they're defensively and they're just gonna dirty work. So it's gonna be one of those 54-52 type of games. And I'm gonna go with Louisiana. I'm going with Louisiana. A 12-13 matchup in the second round. I'm going to Louisiana. Kentucky and Providence. That's a really good one as well. Providence is good. Shout out to Ed Cooley. Yeah, their big man. I forgot his name, but their big man gets every rebound. It feels like those Bryce Hopkins. And then Kentucky is very wild. I feel the Wildcats. They're very wild. They have Oscar Tshiebwe, Antonio Reeves, Cason Wallace has been good recently, but they're just very inexperienced. They're like the young team that has all the talent, but they just are very inconsistent because they're young. I really want to go Providence here, but Kentucky, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Kentucky. I'm going with Kentucky in a close game. I'm going Kentucky. Now we got the 3-14 Kansas State, Montana State. Shout out to the Bobcats. Kansas State has been very, very good this year. Montana State, be really good. But I'm going with Kansas State here over Montana State. And then Michigan State and USC. That's a good game. Kind of fun matchup. Michigan State is a very good offensive team. Powered offense, but the defense is not that great. USC is a solid offense, and they're a really good paint defense. I'm going US. No, I'm going to go Michigan State. I'm going Michigan State. Marquette versus Vermont. I really like Marquette, what they do. Tyler Kolek went off in the Big East tournament. Yeah, they don't have a lot of inside presence. And Vermont is always in here. I'm going Marquette though. I'm gonna go with Marquette. The 2 spot. Yeah, and that's the Eastern bracket. The Midwest. Houston against Northern Kentucky. I'm going Houston, even though Marcus Sasser. We don't know his projection, but they still should beat North Kentucky, the Norse. Iowa and Auburn is a really good game. Yeah, Auburn are very streaky. Iowa is really good offense. They're very veteran team. I'm gonna go with Iowa. I'm going with Iowa over Auburn. Miami and Drake. Miami was number one in the ACC for a long time. They got Isaiah Wong as their star player. Um, yeah, they're not a big team, but they got a lot of guys out there that can go get buckets. Um, Drake. Drake had a very good year as well. They don't turn the ball over. They got a lot of upperclassmen on their team as well. This is actually could be a very good game. Uh, man, I'm gonna go with Miami in this game. It's very tight, but I'm going Miami. Indiana and Kent State. I actually really like Kent State. I watched them in their tournament, and they're very good. They're a tough team. Um, they got Sincere Carey as their guy. Hoosiers are very good too. Indiana, they got Tracy Jackson Davis, Jalen Hood Schifino is a draft prospect. Um, they're a very tough team as well. Dang, this is very tough too because I really like Kent State, but Indiana's got a really good team though. Indiana's got a really good team. I'm going Indiana. Even though I want to pick Kent State, I'm going Indiana. I just like their team. Now Iowa State and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won their game yesterday as well to make it into the tournament. They've had a very good season. Iowa State's got some really good players though. Their guards are really good. Their defense is really good. Dang, this is a very tough one as well. I'm gonna go with. I don't know. For some reason, something in my mind wants me to take Pittsburgh. You know, I'm taking it. I'm doing it. I'm taking Pittsburgh. I feel like wasn't there at least one final first four team always makes it out of the first? I'm going Pittsburgh. I'm going Pittsburgh over Iowa State. Xavier and Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State making their first ever tournament appearance. Xavier's got a very solid team. I'm gonna go Xavier in this one though. Texas A&M and Penn State. That's a tough matchup. Penn State had a really good Big Ten tournament to get to the NCAA tournament. They're a big three-point shooting team. They got Jalen Pickett as their guy. They're hot right now, but Texas A&M does all the dirty work. I feel like they're a really good defender team. This is gonna be a good game. I'm going Penn State though. I think Penn State's hot right now. They had a really good Big Ten tournament. If they get half from three, they're gonna win. I feel like. And then we got Texas and Colgate. Colgate, very solid team. You know, they again are a team that all five their starters average double figures. But Texas is really good. And yeah, they had a really good tournament as well. So I'm going Texas. And finally, the West region, Kansas and Howard. I'm going Kansas. Shout out to Howard for making it, but I'm going Kansas. Arkansas and Illinois. That's a good matchup. Arkansas. I feel like Arkansas always makes a bigger run in the tournament, so that makes me want to lean Arkansas's way. Illinois is really good defense. This is a good matchup though. I'm going Illinois. Even though Arkansas, I feel like always makes a tournament run, so I really want to pick them. But I don't know. I think Illinois can get them. I really do. St. Mary's and VCU is a good team as well. VCU is a very underrated team. They're a really good turnover. I mean, really good defense. I don't know why I said turnover. Really good defensive team. They had a lot of good players down there. But St. Mary's is also really good as well. They're also really good defense. And their scoring is very solid, but they are a little bit streaky as well. This is a good one. And I'm gonna go with I'm going VCU. I'm going VCU the other side. I got a lot of 12 seeds. I think I have all three out of 4 12 seeds winning. And the other 12 seed I almost picked is like a 50-50. UConn and Iona. Rick Pitino is always gonna put some put teams together. UConn Started the year off amazing, but then kind of fell off as the season went on. This is going to be a very good game, and I wouldn't be surprised if UConn. I'm picking UConn, but I'm not going to be surprised if UConn loses this game. I'm picking UConn, but I'm not going to be surprised if Iona wins. TCU is playing the winner of Arizona State, Nevada. But I think either team, I'm picking TCU. I'm picking TCU to win against either team. Gonzaga and Grand Canyon. Picking Gonzaga in this game, even though Grand Canyon is very solid. I'm going Gonzaga, though. Northwestern and Boise State. That's a game. Northwestern had a really good year. They got Bowie. Bowie in there. But they have struggled a little bit as of recently. And then Boise State, they struggle as well going into the end of the year. But they have, again, all 5 starters average double figures. They don't have a bench. I'm gonna go with Northwestern. I'm going Northwestern. And then we have UCLA and UNC Asheville. And I'm taking UCLA. Alright, so there's my round of 64. Now we're going into the round of 32. Alright, we're starting with the South. Alabama, Maryland. I think Maryland could give them a fight. But I'm gonna go with Alabama against Maryland. Charleston and Virginia is a tough one too, and I might pick Charleston. I might pick it. Virginia is still solid. I'm picking Charleston, man. I got Charleston. I got Charleston, man. I don't know. There's something about Charleston I really like. NC State and Baylor. I'm going Baylor, even though NC State I feel like have a fun game, but I'm going Baylor. And then Utah State and Arizona is actually a good one. Yeah, Utah State just relies on their 3-point shot though. That's the only thing. Is if they're not knocking out, they live or die by the 3 a little bit, kind of sense. But they also they have some scoring inside as well, but they also take a lot of threes. And Arizona is really good. Arizona is really good. They're a really solid, poised team. So I'm gonna go with Arizona. The East, Purdue and FAU. Ooh, man. Ooh. FAU, man. I really like FAU. And I think they're a very good team. The only thing is that they're playing against the 7-4 Zach Edey. And Zach Edey was just going to put up 30 on them. But, honestly, I feel like the thing to stop Purdue is that if no one else does anything besides Zach Edey. You can let Zach Edey put up 30. But if no one else is putting up over 8 points, I think you can beat them. And I think FAU is a team that can do that. And they're going to give up a lot to Zach Edey down there. But FAU can really guard them. I'm going FAU. The first 1 seed is down. I'm going FAU beating Purdue. Then the 12 and 13 matchup, Oral Roberts, Louisiana. I'm going Oral Roberts. I think they're very good. 6 and 3, Kentucky and Kansas State. I'm gonna go Kansas State. At first I was like, yeah, Kansas State, but then now thinking about it, they both turn the ball over a lot. So it's gonna be whoever takes care of the ball the most is gonna win this game. I really like Kansas State. I'm gonna go Kansas State. I'm keeping it Kansas State. 7 and 2, Michigan State, Marquette. Ooh, Michigan State, Marquette. That's a good one. I'm gonna go with Marquette. I'm gonna go Marquette against Michigan State. The Midwest, Houston and Iowa. This all depends on Marcus Sasser too. And Marcus Sasser can play. Houston is a really good defensive team. Iowa's a very efficient offense though. So it's gonna be a battle of those two. But I'm gonna go with Houston beating Iowa though in that game. Miami and Indiana is a really good one. Miami and Indiana is really good one. I'm gonna go with Miami. Both these teams can get upset in the first round. I'm gonna go Miami over Indiana though. No, I'm going Indiana. I'm changing it. I'm going Indiana. I just really like Indiana's team. Tracy Jackson Davis is amazing. Jalen Hood-Schifino, I think could have a big tournament. I'm going Indiana, man. Pittsburgh and Xavier. Um, it was a fun run for Pittsburgh, but I'm gonna go with Xavier though. Um, yeah, Xavier's a really good offense. Um, yeah, and Pittsburgh. I'm going Xavier. And then 10-2, Penn State, Texas. Whew. Penn State's been playing really good recently. They have been playing really, really good recently. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go. I'm going Penn State. I'm going Penn State upsetting Texas. I really like how Penn State plays. They have Jalen Pickett has been really good. They're a 3-point shooting team. Texas is still very good as well. They don't have a good 3-point shooting team. But Texas moves the ball really well as well. You know what? No, I'm changing it. I'm going Texas. I don't know. Thinking about it more, I'm going Texas. All right, last one. West, Kansas, Illinois. I think Illinois puts up a fight, but Kansas ultimately wins that game. VCU and UConn. That's a tough one. Because UConn, they can be beat, definitely. And VCU has the team to beat them. UConn is big. But VCU's got a good defense. I'm going VCU. I'm going VCU upsetting UConn and going to the Sweet 16. TCU and Gonzaga. Gonzaga's not a good 3-point defending team, but TCU doesn't hit threes a lot. But TCU's got a really good rebounding. This will be a really good game. This will be a very good game if this happens. TCU and Gonzaga. Yeah. Gonzaga. I'm going TCU. I'm going TCU upsetting Gonzaga. And then Northwestern, UCLA. Give me UCLA. Over Northwestern. Alright, going to the Sweet 16. Let's see. Alabama and Charleston. I really like Charleston, but I think this is where the run ends. I think Alabama goes to the Elite Eight. Baylor in Arizona. Baylor in Arizona. Ooh, that's a good game. I'm gonna go Arizona though. I'm going Arizona, beating Baylor. In the East, FAU and Oral Roberts. This is a good one. Oh man, I forgot these teams have to match up against each other if it does happen to the Sweet 16. One of these teams making a Sweet 16 is crazy. FAU and Oral Roberts. Ooh, I need some time to think about this. I'm going Oral Roberts. I'm going Oral Roberts or FAU, even though I really like FAU. I think Oral Roberts, man, they can get him. Oral Roberts goes to the Elite Eight. Kansas State and Marquette is an amazing game. Kansas State, they got Keontae Johnson and Marquise Noel are a very good duo. They're very efficient, but they turn the ball over a lot. And Marquette is a really efficient offense. I'm going Marquette. Midwest, Houston, Indiana. I'm gonna go with Houston over Indiana. And Xavier versus Texas. No, I'm going Xavier. I think Xavier beats Texas. And this one goes to Elite Eight. And the West, Kansas and VCU. I think the VCU run ends. And I'm going Kansas. And then TCU and UCLA. Give me UCLA. Go to the Elite Eight. Alabama and Arizona. It's a very good game. Alabama really relies on the 3-point shot, but Arizona has a really good offense. They have Tubelis averages 20. Omar Ballo is really good. They're very efficient offense. Um, I don't know. I just have a feeling Alabama might lose out. I'm going to Arizona, making it to the Final Four. Oral Roberts and Marquette. Honestly, I want to pick Oral Roberts. I really want to pick Oral Roberts, but I think Marquette is just a really good team. Um, so I'm gonna go with going Marquette. I'm going Marquette. Marquette goes to the Final Four. Houston and Xavier. Dang, I didn't realize how far I had Xavier going. Um, yeah. Houston's defense is just really good, man. Xavier's a really high-powered offense or high-scoring offense. But when it comes down to these games, defense really matters. I'm gonna go Houston though. Kansas and UCLA. Now that is a game. UCLA injuries really hurt them. I'm going Kansas. Final Four. We got 2 2s and 2 1s. Arizona and Marquette. Arizona and Marquette. I'm gonna go with Arizona. I'm going Arizona. And then Houston and Kansas. I'm gonna go with Kansas. So we have an Arizona and Kansas national championship game. And I'm going to pick I'm picking Houston. I mean Arizona. Houston. I'm picking Arizona. I got Arizona as my national champion, I guess. I didn't know who I was gonna have coming into this. But I'm gonna go with Arizona beating Kansas in the national championship game. Yeah, there it is. That's my March Madness tournament bracket. Is that gonna happen? Absolutely not. Both these teams might not even make the championship game, but you know what? We're out here having fun, and that's the only thing that matters. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you do enjoy the content right here, again, consider subscribing. Like, turn on notifications, do all that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.